What's up everybody, Jarrett from Empire of Assets here with another Metazoo, and we have something very special I want to share with you guys today, and that is the new Pokemon themed health bar for our first edition booster box. If you guys don't know, I did make a goal for myself that I'm not going to open any first edition Metazoo product until I hit 500 subscribers, and now we have a cool little way to track our progress. This is an actual Metazoo first edition box stuck to my wall. That is the one we will be opening. It was a little dinged up, so that's why I picked that one to open. And then here we have our health bar with the booster box name, level 999. And then every time somebody subscribes, the bar goes down by 1. I will probably update that every Sunday. And then when we hit 0, the booster box will be knocked out and we will be opening up that bad boy on camera. So if you're not subscribed and you enjoy my videos or get something out of them, learn something, definitely hit that subscribe button and you can contribute to knocking out the booster box. Pretty excited about that. I was happy that I made that. Thought it was pretty cool. But you guys clicked on this video because I probably titled it something like Metazoo print run numbers and these are the cards you should be buying, which is exactly what this video is. I even got the whiteboard broke out. So first we're going to run through how many packs there are total, how many of each card there should be. All these numbers are theoretical. Nothing is really confirmed by the company except for the amount of like booster boxes and spell books and theme decks and that kind of stuff, but we can usually draw quite a lot from that. So these numbers probably aren't exact, but they should be really close, and it can really help you get a good idea of what cards are kind of overpriced in the market, which cards are underpriced, and then how everything is kind of looking. So let's jump right into it. I am actually going to be getting out of the chair today, which is a first time for that. Pretty cool. But we have the board here, so follow along, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. So let's jump right into it. We're going to want to get a base number of how many booster packs there are. So right away there is 36 booster boxes, and they have 36 packs in a booster box, and there is 25,000 of those made. So if you multiply that out, you're going to get 900,000. Then next we will look at, let's say, spell books have 10, and there was 10,000 of them made, so that's another 100,000. And then we have 20,000 from blister packs. These things, there's 20,000 of those made. And then there is 25,000 from the theme decks. Each contain one booster pack, and there's 25,000 of those, 5,000 of each kind. And then there is 20,000. Oh no, we got the 20,000. Bust out the old Kleenex here. Yep, 60,000 from the pre-release event decks. I don't have any of those, but there is 3 booster packs in those, and there's 20,000. So we get 60,000, and that is the 5 different ways you can get booster packs, which this equals 1,105,000 total packs. So that's how many total packs there are. Hope you guys can read that. Hopefully my handwriting is legible. And then we can do some quick math from here. So there is 2 different types of hit cards you can get in every pack. You can either get a holo, which there's a 1/3 chance of, or 33% chance, or you can hit a reverse holo, which there's a 2/3 chance of. So if we divide this number by 3, which would be like multiplying by 1/3 for those of you at home, we would get 368,333 holos. And then if you just take this minus this for the reverse holos, you end up with 736,667 reverse holos. I will bring this closer, so I guess if you guys want to screenshot it, you can. You have the numbers there. Hopefully you can read my handwriting. But those are the numbers on the packs. So these are the numbers we'll be using from here while we erase the board real quick. So then the next thing we need to know is how many cards come in holographic and how many cards come in reverse holographic. You can go through a set list and do this. Otherwise, I did find kind of a cheat sheet, so I did grab these numbers already. So we're going to go with the holos first. Like we said, there's 368,000. There is how many? There is 39 different holographic cards you can get. It's basically cards 1 through 39. So divide that by 39 and you're going to get a grand total of 9,444 of each holographic card. So we'll write holo over here. So that's how many there are. A lot of people ask that question, how many of each holo there is. 9,444 is your quick and dirty answer. Then reverse holos, remember we calculated that there was 736,000 of those, and there's 54 different holos. So most of them are out of this 39, but there is the obnoxious 9, which are gold page cards that are made in holographic but not in reverse holographic, and you'll see that that really gives them a much lower pop. They're called the obnoxious 9. I do have a video titled that. If you click in the Metazoo playlist and scroll to obnoxious 9, you can see exactly what cards those are, and then there is just some common and uncommon cards. Tripadero is one, for example, that is printed in reverse holo. So 54 of those bad boys, which is going to give us a total of 13,642 reverse holos. So as you can see, the pop on the holos is about 4,000 lower, a little more than 4,000 lower than the reverse holos. But then the last thing we have to take into account is there is cards like Mothman, the premier card in the set, that comes in both holographic and reverse holographic, which means there is a total of 23,086. Now obviously some of you are probably saying, well, obviously the holo is not as desirable as the reverse holo is not as desirable as the holo. I completely agree with you, but if there's just people trying to complete sets, technically you can plug that reverse holo Mothman into the holo splat. They are both numbered out of the same number, so this is kind of what I like to go with, 23,086. So this is why the obnoxious 9 do command such a high premium versus the rest of the cards, because there is not this 13,000 population out there. So that's just kind of the general breakdown, some useful information which we will use going forward. I'm going to reset our board again here quick. So now let's talk about what kind of products I like to look at. I did do some eBay sleuthing before this, so I got some prices and just some things I want to kind of point out, maybe some things that the market really doesn't have priced right yet, whether it's because people don't know this or things are just still kind of trying to shake themselves out. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is probably these theme decks. I really like the theme decks. Oh, and another thing I want to say, these eBay prices were current as of, I believe, today is August 15th. So these are probably good through maybe September 1st. If you're looking beyond that, obviously prices probably changed quite drastically, maybe up, maybe down. I don't know. At the making of this video, I do expect prices to continue to dip. They have started to dip, but I think they will continue to dip, just like Kickstarter did when they came out. So obviously these prices will still get lower, but it's not so much about the price, it's more about the price compared to the price of other cards. And eventually those levels could change too. But as of the making of this video, August 15th, these are the prices and what I kind of like to look at. So like I said, we're going to talk about the theme decks first. So the theme decks, there's only 5,000 of each, right? And the only way, let's say you have this Hopkinsville Goblin theme deck, the only way to get the Hopkinsville Goblin card in a holographic version, in any version, is in this theme deck. If you read on there, it does say you get one sealed holographic promo card, and that is the Hopkinsville Goblin card. The only way to get that card, which means there is only 5,000 of that card. And that goes for every single theme deck you see: Alpha Iceman, Dingbell Ringleader, Salamander Queen, and the Pudgewudgie Chieftain. Only 5,000 of those cards. So if you compare that to the number of holos, which was 9,444, there's actually about 1/2 the number of theme deck holos as there is a regular holo in the set, which is pretty interesting. I see that reflection's kind of bad, so hopefully you guys can still read this. So there's about half as many, which means they should command about double the price. And if we look, eBay right now, it looks like a theme deck promo is going for about $35–40, and the average promo that I found was going for about 17. So that is priced correctly. It's about double, which is what you would expect it to be. Usually Salamander Queen is the most, or no, Hopkinsville Goblin is definitely the most expensive. However, Salamander Queen, she's like kind of naked riding that salamander. So that definitely bumped the price up in that one. Any sort of graphic, almost nudity in a card's normally always going to make it more expensive, just the way the world works. But yeah, you can pick up most of these. I didn't see any goblins. People must be hoarding those. But the rest you can pick up for about 35 bucks. And like I said, the average holo looks like it was about 17. That was Quetzalcoatlus. There's a couple different ones I saw. So the next thing I want to talk about is the pre-release event decks. So those, there is 20,000 made, and there is, similar to the theme decks, 5 different promo cards you can get. But those, you don't know which one you're getting until you open the box, which is interesting, kind of a little twist. But those, there's only 20,000 of, whereas theme decks there's 25,000 of. So there's actually, if we move this, there's actually only 4,000 of each release. I don't know why I'm writing this. 4,000 of each release promo. So those are the really hard to pronounce dragon, the Manchic Swamp Priestess, which again, nudity, that card is by far the most expensive, like 170 bucks right now. You have the Dungavan Hooter, the Cardiff Giant, Wahila, and the Gasinthiatha, the fire-breathing dragon. It's basically Charizard, right? But there is only 4,000 of each of those, and they are trading for definitely a premium. The lowest one looks like it was about $58. And then, like I said, the Manchic Swamp Priestess, the cheapest one you can buy right now, is $150. Obviously, a very wide range of prices there on those, but 4,000 of each. So technically, there is some pricing misdifference here. There's a couple things you could attribute this to, but you can see how much more expensive these were than the rest of the theme deck cards. They are, what, over $20, so almost 50% more expensive, and there is only 1,000 less of each. Something about this, though, is all those cards are new for the first edition release. They did not have those in Kickstarter, whereas all of the theme decks were in the Kickstarter. There was 500 of each, so maybe a lot of the people that had those already had them, so they weren't going out and buying them, whereas everybody, myself included, wants to buy all 5 of the release event deck promos because we didn't have them already. They're new artworks, new cards, and I personally really like them. So that's why you could kind of attribute to those higher prices. I probably would not be paying 150 bucks for the Manchic Swamp Priestess. I think they will come down. Otherwise, the other thing you can take away from this is maybe theme deck cards are a little bit cheap and should be more expensive, or these are going to come down. I would probably lean towards these coming down, just because the whole market seems to be kind of shifting down a little, just readjusting now that more people are getting their hands on their products. So that is the number on those. And then I guess the maybe sort of elephant in the room, or the lowest printed card out there, is of course Red Ink. That is the card that comes in the box topper slot, only 100 made. I guess we can just talk about box toppers in general. The box toppers contain one card. There is 25,000 box toppers because there's one per booster box. So 25,000 of those bad boys made, and you have the chance to pull an out of 10 Alt Art Aura, AAA Alt Art Aura. There's no way you guys can read that, but sorry about that. So that means there is only 2.5 thousand of the Alt Art Auras, which makes that card incredibly rare. And if you do look in the market, they are demanding a steep premium. I think these are really neat cards. Again, an artwork we didn't see in Kickstarter, so it is brand new. So I'm sure you have those people trying to collect whole sets of it. And those looked like they were selling for, again, between that $50 and $100 plus range. And that makes sense. That is the least printed card except for the secret rare. I don't think they're obviously not going to be as popular because there's no character on it. It is just an aura card. But if you're looking for just the most limited card in the set, it is in fact Alt Art Auras. So definitely something to keep in mind. These $50 ones, they're probably a bit of a steal, but I don't know, like I said, they're not a character card, so invest in those at your own risk. And then the last thing I think I have to talk about before maybe we sit back in the chair and just ponder our life thoughts a little bit, making Metazoo videos in a basement. The last one is red ink, obviously. This card, unfortunately, has no eBay data because there is only 100 made. Comes in the box topper spot. Supposedly in the YouTube comments, which, not saying anything about the individual, but they're not always the most trustworthy spot. Supposedly an individual said that he said somebody offered $6,000 for one, and he knew of one that actually sold for $5,800. This one, it's so hard to price correctly, right? It's a secret rare card, incredibly hard to find in 1 out of every 250 booster boxes. Maybe that booster box has one. Make sure you subscribe so we can knock that bad boy out and get it opened so we can find out. But $5,800, I don't expect these ones to drop in price at all. I think as more people find out about them, they will just continue to hold their value. That is, if we see hardly any sell. I think only 6 or 7 have been pulled. At least that is kind of the latest information in the Discord. So an incredibly rare card. That's kind of all I have for you guys today. That was a good breakdown. Obviously, with more than 1 million packs out there, these bad boys, not that exclusive as far as the actual pack. They also, you can infer promo cards out of this. The Spellbook promo card, there's 10,000 of. This promo card, there is 20,000 of. So you can kind of get a good idea, just to break it down, how many of each card there is, which is something you can't do in basically any other card game. Pokemon doesn't disclose these numbers. Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't. Flesh and Blood doesn't. No other collectible card game discloses the numbers of products made. So that is one very unique thing about Metazoo that I really enjoy, and it really makes it fun, and you get really hard data to look at when you are trying to compute these numbers, and it does make it easier to sort of statistically or scientifically find things that are undervalued in the market that should become more expensive. I should have one hot take for you guys. If I did, man, I should have thought about this a little harder first. I do think prices are continuing to fall. So maybe there is no really great buys right now. Wahila, one of the pre-release event decks, is selling for $53 compared to the Swamp Priest is going for $150. I think that card with only 4,000 being made is probably a pretty good buy at $53. I think people are kind of sleeping on those cards. Again, this is the first time they've ever been seen. I guess it's technically their rookie card, but I do think many of the release event deck promos are underrated. If you watch this far, you deserve that little nugget. Otherwise, that's kind of all I got for you guys. I really, really appreciate you watching if you stuck around this long. Again, hit that subscribe button so we can knock down the health bar of the booster box. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video.